Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Sideshow. My name is Mingo.
This is Tony.
My name's Sebastian.
So, we like to call him Gavin Pelosi, but Gavin Newsom has announced that California now has a curfew.
Really? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's from, 10 o'clock at night to 5 in the morning?
Yeah. And it starts this Saturday that we're recording this podcast, 10/21.
Saturday before Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Yes.
10 o'clock at night.
10 o'clock at night. So you got to get all your eating in before 10 o'clock.
We're screwed.
And you got to be home by 10. With
Really?
Your leftovers. Yep.
So all these restaurants that are open, outdoor eating, everybody's got to be done by 9:30 so they can be home by 10?
Well, yeah, because he fucked it up for everybody. Because, he had all these rules where, you can't go to restaurants, you got to sit outside, you got to be, social distancing, still wearing your mask. And for his 50th birthday, he went to that fancy-ass restaurant in Northern California.
Oh, that was for him?
That was for him. That was his birthday party.
Oh, I thought he was a guest at another party.
No, he put it together. He knew everybody that was there.
Well, yeah, because I thought he was an attendee.
Because he said, when I showed up, as soon as I saw what was going on, I should have jumped back in my car and gone home.
Yeah,
well, you knew what was going on, fool. You planned it.
I didn't. I swear to God, I didn't know that was for him.
So
That's what he said.
on Tucker Carlson, is that his name?
Yeah.
So he did this whole thing on it where, he's just lambasting this dude. Like, he just...
Yeah, he should.
And he talks about how, this is a generation where if there's no video or there's no picture, it didn't happen. He said, so let me go ahead and show you the picture. And there they are, dude. All of them sitting down next to each other. I saw
him at a restaurant with a bunch of people. But again, I didn't realize it was for him.
And all the people that were there... They were all the people, like he's always talking about global warming and all this bullshit. Apparently, those are the guys that he gave fracking rights to in 2018.
Wow.
So he's making money off of the other side of global warming while telling everybody else, hey, we're going to no carbon emission cars. You got to have fucking electric cars by 2035.
Yeah.
He's an idiot, dude.
Yeah, it's just like when Pelosi got busted for going to the salon.
You're right.
Oh, yeah.
And when she got caught, it was like, oh, I shouldn't have done it. I trusted them.
Yeah, blame the salon owner.
And it's like, what are you trusting them to do? What? Not video record you while
not to rat you out? Like, sucker. You know the only crime you can get away with is the one you do alone. Don't you know? Shit. So yeah, apparently it's a big story now. They try to keep it a little bit of quiet, but and then he turns around and he wants everybody to now, hey, you know what? You guys stay home with your families. Don't go out. Be home by 10.
I could have sworn I did see the news story about the 10 o'clock curfew because they were interviewing 20-something-year-olds, and they were saying coronavirus doesn't stop at 10 p.m. Coronavirus doesn't know the time of day it is. They,
right.
So why do we have to be? If we're going to be out, being home by 10 o'clock is not going to change anything. Which I guess they did have a point, but I'm just thinking when you're out past those hours, you're drinking, everything's loosey-goosey, and your guard is down.
Well, our parents, I know my parents, nothing good happens after 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I knew all the shit I got into after 10 o'clock. You know what I mean? Like, by 10 o'clock, you're right, the wheels are greased. Like,
exactly.
Your guards are down. Like, all right, cool, we can do this for a little bit longer. We good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then when you're drunk, you breathe harder when you're talking, and you lean closer into people. You know what I mean? People all up in your face, breathing all hard, spitting all their cooties at you.
But are you sure it's for California?
Yes.
Because I didn't see anything about it. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention hard enough.
Maybe you just don't want to see it. Kind of like Gavin. Not seeing that there was a problem with him sitting with all of his buddies inside that restaurant.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't have a problem not being out at 10 o'clock at night. That's an excuse for me to even more stay home.
Right? Yeah, but you know what? It's even worse. It's like the when you're an underage driver.
Yeah. You got to be home by
an hour longer than that.
Yeah, you have to be home by 11 o'clock. when you're an underage driver.
Really?
Yeah, so now we're being treated like 16-year-old childrens.
So I wonder how that's really going to work out when you're just driving down the street and is a cop allowed to pull you over just to see what you're doing out in the street?
Absolutely.
Really?
I would assume so. It's a curfew. I wonder if they're able to pull you out of the car and beanbag you.
Man.
Can they tase you? They got a social distance,
I mean, if
right?
you're acting up, I mean, you deserve to get tased. So
Well, if you're out after 10 o'clock, spreading the virus everywhere. I'll roll around after 10 o'clock with my windows down, just breathing, giving it to everybody.
Yeah, because you can't see past 10 with your windows up.
have we ever experienced anything like that? Like a curfew? Like, this turned into martial law, kid.
Yeah, no, I think they tried to do it before. Like when it first happened, they had one.
I don't... Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember it at all.
But I don't think that it was something. I think it was just in L.A., though, is where it started. This one, they were talking about doing it in parts of California, and they just said, screw it, we're going to do all of California.
Wow.
Which is, it's going to get really ugly, dude. You know what I mean? Because, and like today, we went to Walmart, all the no toilet paper, no paper.
I went
you
to,
know, like,
I
here we
went to
go again.
Costco in last weekend, I believe, or last week. And they had toilet paper, but it was like the no name. It was the Costco brand, Kirkland. You know, we liked Charmin.
Yeah, you don't like that slip paper, right? We did that show already, Tony. Yeah, dude. The thing is that the scary part is that people are going to begin to panic more because, you know, they're talking about that. They're also talking about as soon as Joe Biden comes in, that he's going to shut everything down. Like a month and a half, right? Is that what it was? 6 weeks?
Something like that, yeah.
6 weeks. That's a month and a half of no income. That's a month and a half of not being able to leave the house.
And, you know, the problem is they should have done that just to begin with.
Right.
Had they done it in the beginning...
Just pull the Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
Let people stick to it.
And we might still have been in the same boat now, but had it been done in the beginning, I think we would have been more accustomed to it, because right now what's going on is everyone's just so sick and tired of how it's been.
All the wishy-washy
Yeah,
shit.
so now to jump it up 10 notches by a curfew, shutting everything down for 6 weeks, it's, you know, people are going to go crazy. But had they done it in the beginning, it would have been like that hill would have been at the beginning.
Right.
And now we would have been coasting down versus coasting up to a hill.
Right.
In a sense.
Well, and the other thing is the hard part about it is, who the fuck do you trust now? Because all the people that were in charge and all the people that were the scientists like Fauci and all that, he would say one thing, and then our commander in chief would come on and be like, no, just drink bleach, you'll be all right. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like how do you like
To an extent.
And he's telling people how, oh no, that's not gonna work. Don't do that. We'll figure something out though. We'll let you know.
Did you hear? There's stories about nurses now coming out saying that they're treating COVID patients that still don't even believe they have COVID because they don't believe COVID's real.
Wow.
And they're telling the nurses, why are you wearing a mask in front of me? COVID's not real. You don't have to wear a mask. And they're saying you have COVID. That's why you're actually here.
Yeah.
No, it's got to be something else because COVID's not real. And the nurse is saying, no, you have COVID. And some of them are dying still thinking, no, this is fake.
Jeez.
It's got to be something else.
Well, who's the guy that Tesla?
I don't know.
What's his name?
Elon Musk?
Yeah.
Took 4 different tests in the same day, and within a couple of hours, 2 were positive, 2 were negative.
Really?
Same test, yeah.
Yeah, I heard he was positive.
So we don't even have fucking tests that can tell you what's what.
Yeah.
I was talking to someone today in regards to Thanksgiving,
Right?
and he told me, we were talking about what we were going to do, and he told me that he's not going to, he's about 65, so his mom is, let's say, 85, lives in the LA area. So he says he always goes up there for Thanksgiving, but this year they're not going to because she's older. He's actually older. So he's telling me that he's gonna have a little Thanksgiving for a couple of friends at his house. So they're all gonna get tested, this weekend, and make sure they're all safe. So he's told me, and I'm telling him, I asked him, I said, you taking the test with the Q-tip in the nose? He's like, yeah, I've already taken like 3 of them. And I'm like, really? I've never even taken one. He goes, oh, you really should, he's telling me. And then he says, it's not as bad as it used to be because they don't go all the way up anymore. It's only like an inch or 2 in your nose. And you do it yourself. So it's not like somebody else is shoving up a Q-tip up your nose. So I was telling him, I don't know. I said, I can't do it. He's like, you really should because you travel a lot for work. You interact with a lot of people. So I'm like, yeah, but, I had a buddy that told me he took the test, and he was, like, sneezing for 5 minutes. And he's calling me a punk because he's like, you can't take sneezing for 5 minutes? I'm like, well, I don't want to be uncomfortable. Oh, you can't be uncomfortable for 5 minutes? And it looked like he was getting pissed at me for not wanting to take the test.
Right.
And I was like, well, I'm like this. I don't know. He goes,
Speechless.
You could take a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink. And he starts walking away from me. And I was like, well, dude, I might take the test. I'm not going to, but.
Right.
And he goes, just don't be a pussy. And I was like, man.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, first here a couple of weeks ago, we're bonding over Biden. And now it's like we're bumping heads. And I haven't done anything wrong. I don't have COVID, I don't think.
You know why you don't know? Because you haven't gotten tested.
Fuck it, though, Tony. You know what? I'm right there with you. There's no way I'm shoving shit up my... I have such a fucking low gag reflex.
Oh, exactly. Same
I would
here.
throw up if I watch somebody shove something up your...
Yeah, just talking about it, I'm right there.
I saw that shit. I saw the video. Oh yeah, people getting tested, and you see them shoving that shit down their nose in the video, like in the background.
Does
I'm
your
like,
brain itch? Like,
yeah,
what the
no,
hell?
good.
Yeah, he told me my daughter's taking it 2 or 3 times too. When they get together with her sorority sisters, they all get a test before they go and hang out. I don't even remember the last time she told me what they actually did to her. But yeah, my wife says we should go take it, and I'm like, I don't know. Do you really want to know? I mean,
Do you have any symptoms? Do you have a headache?
because what is it really? Yes, I feel good. I feel fine. So what's the test going to do for me?
Right, nothing. Well, we don't even know if the test knows, right? Because
True, yeah.
because we can't get an accurate result either way. So they're talking about, oh yeah, we're gonna have plenty of tests. Yeah, but the fucking test doesn't even work.
And did you hear they now are going to have a test you can take at home? Oh, but check this out. It's a $50 test,
Wow.
and so everyone could buy one, and you could test yourself. And so they're saying it's only $50. You can test your whole family, blase, blase. But then somebody said, well, are there any things that you have to constantly buy in order to take the test? And they said, oh, well, yeah, it's like going to cost like $5 every time you need to take one for the ingredients or whatever it is. So now it's like you're going to be dropping family of 4 $20 after you bought the $50 machine every time you want to take a test?
Jesus. Well, that's like, the other thing we're going to take your temperature before you come in.
Right.
Right? The fuck's that going to do, right? So, my nephew's daughter is turning 18. So they decided, okay, well, we're going to do a small party for her at this house. But don't worry, we're going to take everybody's temperature before they go in. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I mean, they're fucking kids, dude. Like, they got to go out and learn to live, right?
Yeah.
Shit happens. Like, I don't want anybody to die, but if you get sick, well, you knew the chance you took by fucking going there. This is where we are. Let's figure it out, right? So she said, but don't worry, we're going to take people's temperature. Oh, that's cool. So if they come in and they have a temperature, you're not going to let them come in? No, I'm going to tell them go sit in the car and, sit in the car with the AC on for a little bit and see if you cool down and come back in 20 minutes and see if you pass the test. What?
Yeah. How useful is that?
And I've thought about that too. Airlines. You're about to board a plane, they're going to take your temperature. If you got a fever, they're not going to let you on. You've packed your bags for this trip.
Right, your shit's already on the conveyor belt.
And now they're going to say, "Oh, sorry, you can't come."
Well, you better get Charlie out there and dig my fucking bag out of the bottom of that airplane. Not only that, you've already walked through the whole fucking airport.
Costco. We was at Costco in line for the eyeglass section. We're sitting in line for 20 minutes, long line. Finally make it up to the front after those 20 minutes, and then they want to come and take your temperature. So if I had a fever, are you going to tell me now you're going to ask me to leave the store? I've been in the store for 45 minutes.
Yeah, but you had a mask on, so you didn't affect anybody. I mean, it's all right. That's some fucking dude. This whole the whole thing is it's half-ass stupid. Just because they're telling you to do shit that you should be doing anyways. Wash your hands, blah blah blah, all that kind of bullshit.
Do you wash your hands a lot?
No.
Yeah,
I grew up eating dirt and grass. Like, what the fuck's gonna happen to me? You know what I mean? I ate high school pizza. Yeah. I ate at the Wigwam for crying out loud. You know what I mean?
And fries were off the chain, kid.
Right? So the Wigwam was this little building next to the gym that they served the nastiest fucking hamburgers. They were like AM PM hamburgers,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And fries. It was like their fast food joint.
But the fries were good, kid.
The fries were good. They were like, you know what? They used to be like the old Wendy's fries, dude. They were like the thick cut.
Yeah.
Wendy's fries were good.
Yeah.
And what made it worse about the burgers and what I didn't like was they would put the pickle, pull it out of the jar, I guess, because the bread was wet and green right where that spot is. And it was bad.
What about they had good chicken sandwiches. The breaded chicken sandwiches?
Really?
Those were bomb.
I don't remember that.
And then the big green burritos that you used to
Those
were bomb.
Yeah. But you didn't get those from the Wigwam. You got those from the inside.
Yeah, from the cafeteria, right? Right next to where ROP was.
Yeah.
You know, what's funny is we would sit right by the stairs just watching everybody talking shit while they were walking by. That was our spot right there. Yeah. Oh, hell. Damn, I went back to high school like that, dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit. But yeah, dude, and what's fucked up, we're sitting here, we're talking about, these times where we were in high school and all this. These poor kids, my kid's, he's going to turn 18 next month, dude. He's graduating this year. He's been in school since fucking August in his room.
Yeah, that's horrible, dude.
Dude, did I tell you he went and got pictures taken with a cap and gown already?
My goddaughter had her pictures taken. Her mother sent us behind the scenes kind of her taking those pictures, and it just hit me. I was like, man, she's supposed to be on top of the world right now. I'm finishing high school, whether she's going to college or whatever she's doing, but this block of her life is over, a milestone,
right?
And it must be so bad.
I remember in our senior year, fucking ditching parties. You know what I mean?
Senior dish day.
Yeah.
Dude.
Senior brunch, senior lunch.
Yeah.
All that it's all gone. These kids aren't going to get to experience any of that.
It's horrible for them. It's so bad. I can't even. Does your son?
He has no idea what he's missing. That's the beauty part of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'll graduate. He's got A's and B's and stuff, but
he doesn't say anything like what we just said. This is supposed to be my year. Nothing?
No, the kid's got no sense of what high school was or should be. You got to figure he moved down here 2 years ago?
Yeah.
About 2 years ago, right?
10th grade?
10th grade, yeah. So, and it was in the middle of 10th grade. He moved down here, so...
Ooh, that must have been rough.
Yeah, so it's not like it's not like the kids at school were, super tight homies, he's grown up with them since they were, young. He came down here and had to make friends pretty quick, you know what I mean? And so it's a little bit different, I think, in that aspect for him. But I think fuck, dude, senior prom, all that shit, fucking what was the one, the Christmas dance up at the fucking tram? All that, he's not gonna be able to do
homecoming dance, homecoming football game,
morp, right? Isn't that what it's called, morp?
What is
backwards
that?
Prom, where the girl asks the dude.
I don't know.
You remember that?
No, I don't remember.
I didn't get to go because ain't nobody asked me shit. I'm gonna put that shit out there.
Wait, wasn't that called Sadie Hawkins?
Yes.
Yeah, but I think they did it. They called it morp.
Okay.
Get on them white kids.
But yeah, if I was, because not that I was king of high school in any way.
Right.
I wasn't necessarily Mr. Popularity, but I did know a group of people.
Right.
And had this been my senior year, what I was looking forward to, dude, I'd be flipping because the maturity level's not there.
Right.
Well,
then you got to think you'd well, let me phrase this the right way, because I didn't do it because I didn't really school didn't hold my attention. Like, I really didn't give a shit. Because to me, I was making money already. So I just got to work.
Right.
You know what I mean? And back then it was you got a high school diploma, you can get a good job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's different now. Now you got to go to college. You got to get your master's. You got to have
college now is like high school back to us,
right?
Yeah.
So, but I remember kids would plan it out to where, oh, dude, I got 2 classes senior year, and then I got 4. What the fuck were they called? Electives. You know what I mean? So I got art, then I got fucking photography, then I got English, and then I got.
Well, when I was in ninth grade, my freshman year, I did an ROP. We did, you too.
Yeah,
for
banking,
the bank.
right?
Yeah. Well, because I don't know how it worked out for you, but because I worked at the bank until they closed from 6 period to 5 p.m., by the time my senior year rolled around, my high school counselor said, "You've got so many credits because of that. All you have to do is pass the required courses, which those maybe, let's say, history and math."
Right.
And that was it. How do you tell somebody that has no ambitions at the moment that all he has to do is pass 2 out of 6 classes?
Yeah.
Dude.
My son was so pissed off at me because there was one class that he had failed, right? And I don't know, I don't even remember why he failed it, but he had a counselor called me and said, "Hey, he's behind this English class. We need to add it to his." Yeah, go ahead, add it. Right? And then he got his sheet of classes, and he's like, his schedule of classes. He's like, "Dad, they gave me oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, they called me." I told him to go ahead and add it, dude. You be good. You be at home anyways. You be straight. "Oh, Dad, I planned on having, being a TA in this class, and then that way I only went to school for 2 classes." Well, that's what happened. You fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you gonna do? You got to make that class up, or you're not gonna graduate. "Dad, I have plenty of credits." That's not what the teacher told me when she called. So you got 3 classes. But yeah, dude, I mean,
it's like I got a godson that graduated last year during COVID. His graduation ceremony was horrible. It was in the parking lot. They made a makeshift stage, and if I remember right, they had an appointed time to be there, and there was a line of cars, and you pull up. The student got out, walked onto the stage. I think the principal was there, handed him his diploma, maybe took a picture, said bye, and jumped back in his car, and they went home.
Wow, what a deflated way to graduate, dude.
And now he's a freshman in college. He can't go to no dorm. He's at home, doing schooling at home.
Wow.
Freshman at college.
Where's he going to college at?
Redlands.
I wonder if these big colleges are giving kids discounts because they don't have to go to the fucking classroom.
Hell no. My son ain't getting no discount.
Fuck
my son's a 3rd year.
They're charging full tuition for just online classes.
And we're getting charged rent on his apartment that we signed a lease on in January or February. They didn't let us break the lease because they're not affiliated with the school. It's just an apartment building.
Wow.
So rent is being paid on his room. He's there because why be here and stuck at mom's house?
Right.
He could chill out there, but he's doing online schooling in his room up there.
Wow. That's crazy.
Horrible.
I mean, it's so disruptive to these kids, and taking so many, what could be really great memories and things that they're milestones and they're building blocks for your life, right?
Yeah.
These are the years where you begin to form who you are and how people remember you and what they think of you. Fuck, nobody thinks nothing of you because they don't see you, they don't know you, they don't.
I mean, how's their 10-year high school reunion going to be?
Right.
You know, it's like
Probably over a video as well.
Right?
But that'll be by choice, not because of a disease.
They're not going to have any pictures to make any videos or to have any memories of high school.
yeah, because at our 10-year reunion, they did a little slideshow with photos from I don't know where they got these pictures from.
Yeah.
And I wasn't in too many of them, so I'm
You what? Oh, yeah. I wasn't in any of them. Shit.
Manny
that,
was.
Again, that was by choice.
Yeah. Manny was?
Yeah, I saw him in a couple of pictures.
Yeah, but Manny
I was
was,
hating
Manny
on
was
him.
Manny was good with the white folk though.
Yeah, he was.
It wasn't until senior year that that white people started coming around. Sorry, I know the truth hurt, but it is what it is. And it was only because I was doing all the voices and doing all that bullshit all the time, and that's why they had me do that shit at senior brunch. Remember?
Yeah.
That's the only reason why they knew who the hell I was. Shoot. Screw them. No, I'm just kidding. Here I am now.
Oh, yeah.
Talking to the microphone in my backyard. It all brought me here.
Did you get everything squared away? A couple episodes ago, your baby mama called about making sure that he got his cap and gown.
Got his cap and gown.
Justin's called about the ring. Did you get his son a ring?
He doesn't want a ring.
My kids didn't want rings either.
I didn't
We got them for him.
Really? I didn't
Yeah.
understand that at all, dude. I was like, you don't want a ring? He says, Dad, why do I want to make you spend $1,000? I started laughing when he said that. He said, why would I make you spend $1,000 on something I'm not going to wear? I wasn't going to spend $1,000.
Yeah.
You need to pump your brakes right there. It's a high school ring. You know what I mean? You get yourself a master's from a nice college, I might spend $1,000 on your ring. This is high school.
They didn't even buy mine fully. I had to chip in half for mine.
Really?
Yep.
Dude, when I graduated high school, I bought my own ring. I paid for my own senior trip. You know what I got? The only thing they gave me was...
Nobody asked you.
They gave me $100. They gave me $100 for going to grad night.
Yeah, but who were your parents back then?
Same motherfuckers they are now. Some cheap ass motherfucker. No,
My wife pulled out a year ago, 2 years ago. I don't. It wasn't. Shit, maybe it was 3 or 4 years ago now. My high school ring. She found it, or maybe she was going to show the kids ours. And it just, dude, I'll be honest with you, it brought a smile on my face.
yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think I've ever worn it. I had it, but seeing it, I was like, wow. I had a Puerto Rican flag on one side. I was like, man, I was keeping it real even back then.
Right. He said, where the X is at? Where the X? Mine too. And I had one of the big, the square ones.
Okay, I think mine was round.
You did the traditional? I did. Yeah, I did the
Did you
square
get
one.
gold or silver though?
Gold?
See, sorry,
Puerto Rican,
Daddy
you should have
Warbucks.
gotten gold too.
Hey, couldn't afford it.
Coño.
Kid. Hey, pero papa, I couldn't do it.
Papi, no había no money, man. Ese tiempo was tight. It was tough.
I was lucky I went on the senior trip.
Shit, right? Boy, that was something else too, boy.
Yeah, it was.
Wow, some good times. Where was our senior trip? Was to Puerto Vallarta. What was yours?
What's the beach here with the pier? Santa Monica.
They went to Santa Monica Pier.
What, for the day?
Yeah.
Right?
Horrible.
We went to Puerto Vallarta for a week.
Yeah.
I only remember half of day
Yeah.
one.
Doc. Well, the plane was majority us.
Yeah.
If not the entire plane. It was just high school kids.
Fuck. I'd be scared as a flight attendant.
Dude, as soon as we crossed the border in the air from the United States to Mexico, they said you're in Mexican airways.
Territory, yeah.
Yeah.
Drinking
Mexican
age is
airspace.
18. Everybody was like, "What?" Ordering
Wow.
drinks.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Everybody started ordering right then and there.
Hell yeah. We had a bottle of tequila, me and this dude, and we challenged each other. And
Oh fucking hell!
if you ever drink on an airplane, you got to remember that the airplane is compressed air.
Yeah, it's pressurized.
It's pressurized, so when you get out, and here's what's fucked up: Mexico is a mile high, so it's even less air. So you're going to feel it even more when you get out that plane. Well, as soon as I landed on Mexican ground, I was fucked up and stayed that way. I woke up one morning, I was drenched in water. I didn't pee on myself. I was drenched in water on the little bridge in the middle of the, the pool, remember?
Yeah.
I remember I was out there and it was a rainstorm. There was lightning and shit, and I passed the fuck out.
I got a picture. I actually packed away in the suitcase, Tall Boy Old English 800s. And I there's a picture of me drinking one of them, and it's like people were asking me, "Where'd you get that in Mexico?" And I was like, "Oh, I had to bring them."
Jesus.
The only person taking alcohol to Mexico.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Hey, times are rough. I'm telling you, kid.
Right?
Yeah, you guys did that. I was pissed at ours because found out Bubba Gump Shrimp doesn't have Dr. Pepper. So that's how we grew up.
That's all right. We had to take Pepto-Bismol pills with every meal we ate.
Dude, when I got back, I had the shits for like a month.
Really?
Yeah, dude. It was nasty.
Dude, I was taking those pills, and I took them for like the first 3 days, and I hadn't shit. And one day my stomach couldn't take it no more, dog.
It's gone.
Hey, let's go. No, I'm gonna hang back today. I'll be cool. I'll be right here.
I have to decompress.
Yeah, dog. I broke that toilet. I broke it.
Like someone cherry bombed it or something.
Yeah, like the coil of the shit was above the rim. Like it was.
I could have gone my whole life without knowing that.
Oh, there's pictures of it. Somebody got pictures of it.
That I believe.
That shit is. Oh my god, dude.
Manny's mom had to give me some. I think they were actually prescribed pills that she had for my stomach.
Really,
dude. I wasn't
keeping anything down, huh?
No, I was, but just when it would come out black, just nasty. I wasn't getting over it for like a month. It was bad.
You got fucked up.
Yeah, drinking that water.
You know what it was is if you remember, you probably wouldn't, but there was like a pizza place across the street, and I remember getting a pie, and somebody told me, "Don't get pepperoni." And I was like, which I did, of course.
Right.
And I was like, why not? And they're like, because we think that's dog. And, dude, I opened it up, and, the pepperonis didn't look right. You know how pepperonis are flat, skinny, and
bright
dollar
red.
shape? Yeah, exactly. These were, like, pink.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Looked like small Canadian bacon, right?
Was that dog?
No, it just looks like... I know it's not going to look like regular pepperonis.
Why wouldn't it look like pepperonis? If pepperoni's pepperoni.
Yeah, but dog is not pepperoni. I knew dog is going to be a different color.
Well, how do you know what dog is when it's cooked?
Because it's not pepperoni.
But they can cut it up to look like...
It's not going to turn red.
It did not look right.
Dog will not turn into pepperoni.
That pepperoni was not right. It almost looked like the color of hot dogs.
Hey.
It was probably a hot dog. Oh, no, dale Winnie's.
Yeah, right.
Dude, that had to have been it. That's what did it to me.
Oof. I was worried about that.
Tony ate dog in Mexico.
Dog pepperoni pizza.
And brought it home.
What, you just pull something up?
They say it's for dogs, but... Oh, shit. Pepperoni for dogs. Did it look like that?
No,
not pepperoni for dogs.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
No, like I said, it was the color of a hot dog, like that beige,
unnatural pink,
yeah,
pinkish brown.
It wasn't right. I think I still ate it though. That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, you was probably half drunk anyways.
Yeah.
Fuck it, they're not gonna serve me dog. I don't care. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I need some pizza. I'm tired of Mexican food. Fucking day one. Yeah, dude, you guys you missed out on all kinds of shit like that though.
Me?
Yeah, ditch day. Did you? What did you do on senior ditch day? Were you with us? We went to Disneyland.
No, we didn't.
We did.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
Nope. You know where we went? Was fucking Colossus. Where the fuck is that at?
Magic Mountain?
Magic Mountain, because we went in my fucking Monte Carlo.
Magic Mountain.
Was it Magic Mountain?
We went to my Monte Carlo. And all you motherfuckers, Manny kept saying, "Oh, well, let's go get in line. Because that's where all the girls are at. We want to talk to the girls." I'm afraid of heights, dog, and I don't like roller coasters. This motherfucker got me on
Goliath.
No, not Goliath. What's the white
Colossal.
one? Yeah, on Colossus, and I was like,
Colossus,
"Oh man,
yeah.
I don't want. No, I'm good, dude. I'll wait in line with you guys, and I'll get out right. Nah, you can't be a pussy because then they'll see you and blah." Next thing I know,
The worst part is a lot of people went to Tijuana. We didn't even think about going to Tijuana. We should have went to Tijuana. Why no?
oh man,
Los Donkeys.
18 years old?
yeah.
Your classmates? Dude, that's a good time.
We'd have gone to all kinds of shows though. I scared him about going to TJ
Even crossing the border.
because I told him about donkey shows and pinball shows and
What's
Not
a pinball show?
ping pong.
ping pong shows.
What's a ping pong show?
The girl that shoots ping pongs out of her hoo-ha.
Oh, okay. You scared of that kid?
Doesn't sound like my cup of tea.
I mean, he was already uncomfortable at the casino the other day. I couldn't imagine if some girl jumped on the fucking bar and started shooting shit out of her hoo-ha. He'd have really been freaked
Dude, those
out.
are good times. What are you talking about?
You can have your good times there.
You know what? Those are
I'll have
those
good
are,
times somewhere else.
Those are those once in a lifetime, like shit that you'll never ever see again.
Shit that I don't want to see in the first
Yeah,
place.
but you need to experience them.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Dude, we went to Tijuana once. It was me, Mo, the girl he was dating at the time,
Oh yeah.
and another cat that we hung out with named Nick. So, yeah. And so we were out there partying all night. And Nick and I were talking to these two girls. So when everything was shutting down, like at 2 o'clock, we were outside and we were trying to talk to them to get them to come back to our hotel, which was in San Diego. So I was talking to them, like trying, they're like, their backs are against the wall, and I'm like, hey, what's going on, da da da. And our buddy Nick starts grabbing by my arm. He's like, Tony. I'm like, hold on a second, man. I'm trying to hook this up for us. He's like, no, Tony. And I was like, dude, hold on. I'm trying to hook this up.
Right?
It's possible. He's like, but Mo. And I look over my shoulder, and Mo is getting handcuffed by the police.
Now, I'm going to interrupt you real quick. You've never met Maurice, but Maurice is probably about 6 foot.
Yeah.
About 6 foot. He looks white, but he speaks pretty good Spanish. His mom's like Mexican,
Yeah.
right? But if you look at him, and played sports and all that kind of shit, so he's kind of like that. I don't know, like that really white boy preppy kind of look is what he had. So go ahead.
So they're putting him in the back of a cop car. And his girlfriend, and we're all drunk, so keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So his girlfriend's like, no, don't take him. And Nick and I are looking at each other because they're our ride. We park we park on an American side, and we walk over the border, take a cab to the Revolution Street.
Which is what you should always do.
So she's like, and it's her car, so she's like, no, don't take him. She's like, then take me too. So they throw her in the back of the cop car too. They drive off.
Was that Christina or Tammy?
Christina.
Okay.
So now Nick and I are like, we're in Tijuana, 2 o'clock in the morning. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
So the girls that I was talking to, they're from San Diego, but they're Mexicans and they spoke Spanish. So they asked a cop where they were being taken to. They said the police station. They gave us directions. So we walk over there. 20-minute walk at least. 2 o'clock in the morning. Get there. No, they're not here.
Nice.
No, 2 Americans. Nope, they haven't been brought in. Damn. So we take a cab back to the border. The girls are going to give us a ride to the hotel. So we're hoping that they'll let us into our room. Back then, you got to remember, this 1988, 89, 90.
Right.
So it's not like we had a car, key card, computer systems, nothing like that.
Yeah.
So I said, why don't we leave a note on Christina's car, because it's in the parking lot, and say, hey, we're going to try and get to the hotel. We got to try and hook up somehow. Don't leave us stranded in San Diego.
Yeah.
We're walking up to the car. They're making out in the car, Christina and Mo. We're like, what? And keep in mind, this is like an hour and a half later, 2 hours later, after everything's said and done.
And this is before anybody really had cell phones. There was pagers.
There wasn't even pagers at this point.
Yeah.
Dude, they were like, Mo was like, just like you say, he speaks Spanish. He's like, dude, they put us in the car. As soon as they drove off, I told them how much it's going to cost me to let me go. And they kept driving. It was like, he's talking to him, and they said, they gave him a number. He gave it to him. They drove back and dropped him off at the same spot they picked him up in front of the club. But we had already left.
Yeah.
In a panic.
Yeah. So, still couldn't get the girls to come back to the hotel with us. They were like, okay, you guys are good?
Well, after that, they were like, oh, shit, their buzz are
Yeah, it's
already
like
gone.
4 in the morning, 5 in the morning by this time. But those are good times, kid. You got to have stories
for you.
like that.
But those are the kind of things that, like, that you build on in life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, as stupid as it sounds, like, now you know, okay, well, we go to Mexico, this is what we got to do, this is how we handle it. This is,
Oh, dog. Another story.
All right.
Okay. My uncle was with me from New York. He was probably 14 at the time. I'm probably 16. My buddy Joey and another guy come over. Let's go to Mexico. Let's go to Tijuana. This is during the day. Cool. So we go. His buddy has like mom's van or something. We're driving around in Mexico. We had weed on us. Maybe something else. But it was on us. We get pulled over. Stupid me decides to put it in my sock to hide it.
Nice.
Not knowing, not really thinking about it. So we get pulled over. They're giving us a hard time. The reason why they pulled us over, because we had American plates.
Yeah.
Right.
4 dudes, kids in a car, American plates. They always just want money. So they're saying they're going to take us to jail, the whole shebang. Now I'm getting nervous because I shoved this stuff in my sock. I'm telling Joey, whatever they want, we're going to have to scrape it up and give it to them. They wanted like $100. And to 16, 17, 18-year-olds,
that's a lot of money.
In 1986,
Yeah.
yo, we didn't have 100. We might have had.
You got to remember, in '86, we were making like $4 an hour.
We had $40 between all of us, and we wound up giving them all our money, even gas money. So what they told us was, all right, we're going to take this $40, but we're going to escort you back to the border, so you can get in line to get. You got to leave the country. We were like, yes, sir. But, dude, I was so scared because I had this stuff in my sock. But the thing is, I got a story to tell. That's what you need, kid.
Right?
I don't want stories that involve me shoving drugs in my sock.
Dude, I was in New Mexico after I left here. I was in New Mexico, and I was moving. And I was there. I didn't have a fucking car. I flew out there with 2 bags, bro. Right? And I was moving from this apartment where I was living with the dude that got me into radio to this dude's house that was like right on the fucking Rio Grande, bro. Like you could sit on the porch and hear the fucking Llorona. Like we were that close to the water, right?
Wow.
Like, and it was and where it was because of the Rio the way it is, it was fucking creepy. Like the time of the year that I was moving, it's fucking cold. It had been raining. There's no leaves on the tree. It's all fucking black and gray out there. So we roll up to this dude's and it's like a fucking wood cabin. And I know it's not, but in my fucking head, remembering this, like that's a fucking, bro, it's fucking crazy out here. So we went out there and I looked at the place. I was like, fuck, okay, I guess if I gotta stay here, this is where I'm gonna be, right? So. Because the other dudes had to leave. The dude that got me in the radio had gotten fired and they had to leave town. So, the dude that I was doing mornings with was helping me move. But he didn't have a truck. He had this older white dude help him bring a truck over. And when I say older white dude, he looks like the skinny old dude from Alaskan Frontier. You ever seen that show?
Yeah.
So he looks like this cat, right? And his front windshield is like fucking shattered. And I'm like, this is not gonna go right. And I know that my boy had a couple of 8 balls on him, right? And we're driving, and sure enough, woo! And I thought, oh my god, dude, I'm in fucking New Mexico. I'm 3 states away from home. I can't call my mom and dad. They're not gonna fucking send the money out. Ain't nobody coming to get me. I don't fucking know nobody. I'm fucked, right? So this dude, I don't know how the fuck he did it, dude, but he took what he had on him and put it in this fucking aspirin bottle that this dude had. Like, he had a big fucking aspirin bottle, right? And he popped it open and shoved the 2 8 balls inside the fucking aspirin bottle, put the lid back on, and put it down. So the cops are fucking, get out of the vehicle, one at a time, blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, you're trying to fucking listen, and your heart is pounding so hard that it's hard to understand what the fuck they're telling you, and they're yelling at the back of your head. So here we are, we get out, they finally put us on the fucking curb and blah, 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 and they're searching the car, dude. I'm like, oh my God, we're fucked, dude. He says, no, they probably won't even open the bottle. Open the bottle? You don't have it on you? It's in the car? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh my God, dude. So sure, they're fucking searching through shit, and then they were coming back to search us 3, right? They got another call. And they said, hey, tonight's your lucky night. We got to fucking go. Get to where you got to get and park that fucking truck. If we see you on the street, we're taking you in. Yes, sir, no problem. Got the fuck out. I was like, oh, my God, dude. After that, I was like, all right, I need to make a plan, dude. I need to get the fuck out of here. This is not the right place for me. Walking around with fucking 2 8 balls at a busted-ass fucking truck is not how I'm going down. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude, like, I'm not telling you to go out and hang out with people that got...
It sounds like both of you are.
No, we're just telling you that there's adventures in life that you need to have now.
Yes.
Because at some point, you're going to find a girl and you're going to want to settle down, and you're not going to have stories to tell your kids. You're not going to have life experience to, when your kids are out doing shit, to compare it to, or a point of perspective.
I mean, even if they're just boring stories, like one time we were out clubbing, and I don't know if you know a guy named Ruben from Desert Hot Springs. His dad used to cut hair.
Yeah.
He got left. We were at Chillers.
Okay.
And I don't
used to work at Chillers.
You did? Really?
Yeah, mixing the drinks.
Really?
In the back. Yeah, I'd mix them in a big fucking 55-gallon trash can, dude. Kool-Aid packets and...
Are you serious?
Yeah. I mean, they were only used for that, but...
I'm just talking... Like I said, you fell off the map at one point.
Yeah, I was...
So while we were partying, you were back there making...
Yeah, I was mixing all the fucking...
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'd go home, I'd fucking pink, purple, all the fucking... It's all Kool-Aid packets, right? Fucking bullshit. But anyways, go ahead.
Well, we were partying, and I live in Palm Springs. All my friends lived in Desert Hot Springs, most of them. And he somehow got left behind. And this is, again, before cell phones, before pages might have been in the mix by now. He wound up having to walk home from Palm Springs to Desert Hot Springs at 2:30 in the morning. I think they said it took him like 3 hours to get home.
But what a lot of people don't know about that cat, he's like a 6-degree black belt, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, and he after that he went into the army and shit, and they I think they used his skills while he was in the military, dude. Like he's supposed to be a badass.
But yeah, man, stories, kid.
All kinds of stories, dude. Partied at the Circles. You remember the Circles?
Yeah.
Oh, and it's just fucking dark out there. The only time you ever saw anybody's face was when they were lighting a cigarette or a joint,
Jesus,
or smoking a pipe.
Do you remember partying at the 50?
Yeah.
Which was the parking lot to the football stadium.
Yep.
We were partying there, and I don't know what I was doing. I mean, I had 2 40-ounce Old English 800s, and the girl I was dating at the time in her Datsun hatchback. So they were in the back because I didn't want to get busted with them being in the front with us.
Right.
So to me, I'm putting them in the trunk.
Right.
But it's not a trunk, it's a hatchback.
Right.
So the cops come, as they always did, telling everybody to disperse. When look with his flashlights, whose car is this? And the girl I was dating, mine. What are you doing with these? Nothing. You need to dump those out. And so they made her open them up and pour them into the grass. Both of them. And again, at that time, money is scarce.
Right.
So it took me all week to scrape up for those 240s just to see him dumping her into the grass. And I'm like, oh, man.
Did you ever drink Crazy Horse?
Yeah.
Oof. That was a rough drink, boy.
Yeah.
Nobody had to. There's absolutely nobody that ever said, woke up in the morning, man, I can't wait to get my hands on a fucking Crazy Horse. Boy, that shit, no palate for that shit at all.
Didn't that have an Indian on the...
it was just clear glass with the Indian on the horse.
Yeah, exactly.
It was brutal. That alcohol was brutal. Do you remember? I don't remember where the fuck we were, dude, but we were down, and I remember there being... I want to say it was at one of the Yakovich's house, or it was one of their parties. And the house was just fucking packed to the gills, dude. And these are the cats, they would throw parties and then they'd call the cops on their own party. And then they would move the what do you call it, to a different house, the keg to a different house. They would move the shit to a different house. And just the buddies would go over and drink off the keg. And he was charging everybody $10 a glass to come in.
Wow.
$10 a cup. So everybody thought they were going to get fucked up because, we got like 5 kegs. It's fucking Rager. We're fucking... Nope.
I don't know if you remember this. Remember Gene? Little Mean Gene?
Mm-hmm.
He and a couple of people rented a house in Cathedral City on a cul-de-sac.
Okay.
Okay, so if you go drive down a cul-de-sac before you hit to the dead end, if you went straight, you'd be between 2 houses.
Okay.
His house was the one on the left.
Okay.
My brother lives in that house.
Nuh-uh.
It's a trip, kid. Because I've been to my brother's house many times when he first bought it. And then all of a sudden one day I was there and I was like, wait a minute. For some reason I was like, wait a minute. I've been here before. And, the way that, like, the living room is set up, you can only put the couches a certain way.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, this was Gene's house. I remember it was in a cul-de-sac. We used to party out here. And I was like, my buddy used to rent this house back, in late 80s, early 90s, I guess, because we were already out of high school, I think. Good times. Good times in that house.
Dude, we used to party at Christina's house all the time, too, right?
Yeah. And she was loaded. Her parents were loaded.
Yeah. What'd they do?
I don't know.
But they were never fucking around either, right?
No.
I never saw them.
Well, I mean, they might have been, maybe in their rooms. I don't know.
No, they wouldn't let us party at that house like that, would they?
Rich people are crazy sometimes. White people?
Yeah, I was going to say, I could never get that rich, dude. Like, no,
I mean, she was probably like, no, I'm having my friends over.
Oh,
I don't care what you say.
Yeah. My God, Mom.
Yeah.
It's going to be a few people, okay? Stop acting
It's a small gathering.
One time, she had a Jeep. You remember her Jeep?
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you were with us. We went 4-buying.
And got flat and stuck?
Yeah. We got stuck out in the desert.
Mo almost killed us.
Middle of the night. Again, another middle of the night. So we're pulling all kinds of trash, mattresses, trying to dig the tire out just so we can shove stuff in there so the tires can get some grip.
Yeah.
And we're all drunk and high, so we're all giggling while we're doing this shit. You know what I mean? Fuck. And all of a sudden, we're in the middle of the fucking desert. Nobody remembers, hey, you know what? There may be snakes out here.
Yeah.
Big fucking large scorpions.
Not only that,
some
I mean,
things.
because I think it was right off of Visicino where we went, like, behind Desert Princess, if I remember right. Man, you could have had bombs living back there.
Oh, yeah.
And we were just flying through there. Didn't have a care in the
Fucking
world.
it up.
Yeah. Didn't give a shit about nothing back then, dude. Like,
Remember how last episode we were talking about, like, not having seatbelts,
yeah.
riding in the back of trucks? One time I was in 9th grade, and we jumped in somebody's truck who wasn't in high school anymore. Somebody knew somebody. And he took us 4-buying in the back of his truck up at Whitewater. and we were in the back in the bed, and this dude was climbing up the hill.
Oh shit!
Where you could have been sliding sideways.
Right.
We could have rolled.
Nobody gave a shit, right?
Did not even care.
Had a good time, though, right? I remember going out.
You're gonna fall.
Yeah, I know. I remember going out. We'd go out fishing at the little. I don't know what the fuck are they called, dude. Like the little
whitewater.
aqueducts? No, the like.
Off of the freeway.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like there's some over here off of Dillon that you go, or like just the little waterways that are. They're cement, but they have all kinds of dirt sediment on the bottom. Well, we'd go fishing out there. When I said we would go fishing, we'd take a fishing pole and then a flashlight and we'd shoot into the water. We were stupid as shit, dude. Holy crap. You remember Hugh Boyle?
Yeah.
Me and Hugh went out to Arizona and went floating down the Salt River one time.
Oh, that's fun. We did that once.
Oh, man, that shit is dope.
Yeah.
I don't care how redneck it is. That's some fun stuff.
That is fun.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it took us about 2 hours to get all the way down.
Yep.
And then I don't know if we met girls there or if we met the girls at the hotel that we were staying at. But yeah, all that. Oh my god, dude! So much crazy shit that I know that I did. I know that you have.
Yo, Q Boy's crazy.
Nah, he cool.
Dog.
That dude is calm as all get out.
Nah, dude, he's crazy.
Why?
He took us shooting once, shotguns in the middle of the desert.
Huh?
First and last time I ever do that.
Really?
Dude, those shotguns scared. You know the.
Oh yeah.
Dude, no.
You don't like
It ain't
shotguns?
No, not for me.
I love shotguns.
You like handguns?
No,
You don't like any kind of guns?
I don't even think we shot handguns.
You don't own any?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Took me a long time to buy one. Like, I didn't want to have one because if you have it, you're going to use it, kind of thing. You know what I mean? And I figured if I would have bought it when I was younger, I probably would have carried it in the car, and who knows where the fuck I'd be. So
Been an asshole.
yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Looking for shit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Try me. So
I
can buy handguns now. I'm 21. I forgot.
Yeah, you're right. You can actually. We need to put that one in your name now.
Yeah.
So we. I didn't want one for a long time, and I finally I know that I'm not going to be doing that kind of dumb shit. So I bought them. I bought a few different guns now, and I enjoy it. They scare the shit out of me. I don't like handling them. I'm super careful. I don't take them for granted. Like,
right.
Fuck it.
You got to respect it.
Yeah, you respect it.
But yeah, dude, they're fun. You should go shooting with us. We'll take you.
Nah, I'm good.
You're good, huh?
Yeah.
Don't like it at all.
Not at all.
Wow, that's interesting. And your wife either? She don't like them?
Well, she mentioned, especially when everything was going down with COVID and how people were starting to loot and all this stuff.
Get crazy?
Yeah, that she thought that maybe we should make the investment, but I was like, nah, because you can't never go. If something happens, you can't come back from that.
It's very true. That's a one time kind of deal. You know what I mean?
I mean, I sleep. There's a bat on my side of the bed, so I'll take somebody's kneecaps out.
Right.
But hey, at least you're gonna be breathing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't. If you come in my house, I don't care if you're.
I don't want you
when
breathing.
I'm done with you. Fuck that.
You are in a place you do not belong.
Yeah. If you scare me enough to make me want to hurt you, we're just gonna go ahead and call it a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I don't know if I could do it. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I had to, of course. But
the problem is in that situation, when you find out if you could, it's too late if you find out you can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the scary part about it. So if you don't want one, your best bet is don't have one. Probably a good call. You know what I'm saying?
What about aren't there salt pellet guns?
Yeah, there are guns that you can do that. They're chambered for that.
Yeah, you can get a shotgun and use salt pellets.
Salt shells, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just shooting salt rocks.
Yeah. Something like that might be interesting.
Could you imagine getting shot with a fucking salt rock, though? Because it's going to go
I'd much rather die.
It's going to go in your skin,
and
you're going to sweat, right?
Yeah.
So the salt and the water and an open wound.
That's the whole point of it, isn't it?
What they need to do is...
I imagine Tony with just some big old long barrel Mossberg shotgun just
right?
I got salt.
I can see Tony at night rubbing lemon on his knives and shit. You know what I mean?
Jesus,
When
yeah.
you stab somebody, that's gonna sting too. You know what I mean?
No, he puts the knife on the end as a bayonet,
Right?
so that way he can go and slice them.
Don't you stick it in dog shit so they'll get gangrene?
Jeez.
God damn! What have you been reading?
Didn't they used to do that in Vietnam?
I'm gonna put anthrax in my killer too.
Right? Jesus. Yeah. On that note,
Fucking
Tony.
hell.
Speaking of something like that, I mean, this is off the subject, but kind of on the subject. I thought about you, Sebastian, especially.
Uh-oh.
You guys heard of Sandbox?
No.
They have different locations. They have one in L.A. They might have one in San Francisco, maybe San Diego, but definitely Los Angeles. It's like a virtual game
Okay.
that you group of your friends. It's like an hour long, and they put you in a video game. You're a avatar.
Yeah.
They give you the goggles. They put stuff on your hands and your feet, and you're literally in the game.
Really?
So
Yeah,
it's like
kid.
Ultra VR.
Dude.
It's like a
It looks
treadmill that's a
legit.
circle, and you're like walking in place.
Yeah,
I've seen
I
stuff
think
kind of
so.
like that. Yeah,
Dude, it's legit.
I'd want to go do that.
I mean,
I saw one where somebody was playing COD like that. You know, they give you the gun that's the
That would be
controller.
fucking
And there's I think they're still open. I mean, I don't everything that's going on now that you're saying, but they're actually still open.
oh, we need to go check that shit out. dude.
Sandbox,
We should go as a show. You want to go?
dude.
That'd be sick.
That would be interesting. And then apparently, like when you're done, they bring you to a viewing room.
So you can see.
Oh,
You can
that's
see what you were
fucking
doing with your
cool.
goggles on and stuff.
Oh, that's cool. That'd be dope.
Oh, definitely.
Hell yeah. So we got. You said there might be one in San Diego. It's called Sandbox.
It's called Sandbox. Yeah, they got different locations across the United States.
Really.
But I know they have two in at least two in California, and I know definitely one's Los Angeles because I was like, damn, that's only 2 hours away.
Yeah, we need
and-
to go do that. That should be dope.
That'd be sick.
I'm not into video games like that, but it looks really enticing.
That'd be cool. I need to lose a little bit of weight though. So I gotta. No, dude. Cause look, you put me on that little treadmill. My heart gonna be pumping already because I'm in a video game and then I
Well,
gotta move.
it's not running for you. You're moving. It's
No,
a
you-
treadmill that you use.
No,
to
actually,
move your
no. I
character.
didn't see anything like that.
No? Okay.
When you said it, like you're in a circle. So the five, let's say there's 5 of you, like everyone's facing, so everyone's backs to each other, but not like close.
Okay.
But you're in like a
You're
room,
in the same
and
room, yeah.
you're just handling business. And there's different themes too, like space, zombies.
That would be dope.
It's
That's
a
it.
trip.
That would be
Yeah.
dope. You sold me. I'm in. Zombies, let's go. Have you ever thought about the zombie apocalypse though? Like if that shit really happened, all you got is a bat, dog. Like,
Bats work.
Have
with
you
Lucille.
seen the show?
right?
Lucille?
You're
said
my
look at
favorite.
Lucille. Have you? Do you guys stock up food and do all that kind of shit, like for
Nah,
earthquakes
kid,
and all
nah.
that though?
Prepping.
Y2K.
Yeah, but that's different.
How's it different? That's more believable than zombies. Come on.
When was the
Y2K?
When was the last time you was in a big city? Did you say? Have you? And especially these people that are on that new drug. What's it called?
Bath salts?
No, it's
Yeah, there have been cases where people have taken
Yeah.
bath salts and eaten
That's
other
Florida,
people.
Yeah.
though, right? Didn't that happen in Florida?
Everywhere.
yeah, but yeah.
There is a mushroom that pigs eat that they said something
There's
makes you eat people or
There's
something.
something called salva, something like that. Anyways, I don't know. There's a drug that they're showing where people take it and they're just fucking crazy. Like there's a video where a dude is smashing his head into a fucking bus window.
Really?
Like he's running and he's just diving at the fucking window, and smashing his head up against it and just flopping around on the ground and fucking screaming and yelling and shit. You gotta look that shit up, dude. It's possible, dude.
Man.
It's much more possible than Y2K.
Well,
Cougars falling from the sky and shit.
I mean, Y2K, I didn't even stock up for that when it happened.
Yeah, I mean,
I wasn't concerned about it.
yeah.
So, you're going to try to hit me with some zombies? Come on, kid.
Well, okay. Well, what about an earthquake though?
What about it?
Yeah, you don't have any water or anything stocked up for that, or
No. Not for that, no. Do I have water at the crib? Yeah. Is it because I'm afraid of an earthquake or a zombie apocalypse? No.
That shit can, dude. I'm ready, dog.
Yeah.
We got thousands.
Y'all watch too many shows.
I got thousands
kids.
and thousands of rounds ready to go. Shit.
Not even just because of that. Like any situation that happens.
You know, there's another thing in regards to zombies and this game that it's not a game. It's a back Midwest type. You go on a bus with like, I don't know if it's paintballs.
Yeah, we've seen that.
Yeah.
That didn't spark your interest?
Yeah, it did. But going back east with a bunch of white people on a hayride.
Yeah, in a corn maze.
Yeah, we all know how that some of our ancestors fell for that bullshit.
Fucking
You know
he
what I
who
mean?
walks behind the rose.
Ain't going down that road. There was a place back east too that we saw. It was a fucking haunted house.
Oh, fuck that
And
place.
I don't remember what it was called now.
I don't either.
But they would give you $50 or $20,000 if you could stay and last one night in this haunted place.
Really?
Yeah. But it was more like fucking torture, dude. The shit that they put these people through. Like they had to, like, did you ever watch that movie? It was a scary movie where people would go to like these, they would pay to go to these different haunted houses, and they would put them through these scenarios. But they were supposed to be going to these places, and every time they were going down these places to this street, they would see like 4 or 5 people standing there, just all fucking arms straight down, kind of head tilted, and they all had like pig heads on or some shit. It was kind of based on that kind of thing. So this guy has this farm, and he would bring people out, and like he would fucking waterboard them, and he has them in these room with all these audio and all this lights and shit, and they're freaking out, like pulling nails and shit like that.
Stop.
Yeah, dude, and they had to sign a 40-page waiver to go through this to try to win the 20 grand. People would last like an hour.
Yeah.
And they would be sitting there with the cameras on. Okay, well, beg me to let you out of this shit. And they would fucking sit there begging, crying, screaming, talking about how scary this shit was and that nobody should ever do it. Like, oh, but it's so much fun. And you're like, what fucking part of that is fun?
Yeah, I don't.
You're sitting there scared shitless, begging this dude to let you out of this place that you went to. They finally took it out, dude. It's out of business now.
I was gonna say
Dude,
that's kind of deep.
Yeah, it was borderline crazy.
McCamey
bullshit.
Manor.
What's it called?
McCamey Manor.
Yeah, crazy, dude. We'll have to show you video of it. It's insane. But I don't know. Somewhere along the line, people like really got into being scared.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
And all this bloody shit, and I'm not.
Do you guys ever like do the Universal Studios Horror Nights?
Fuck and no.
Why you?
I don't like being scared. I don't understand what it is about people that like being scared.
We went once. I mean,
The people that enjoy watching scary, like I fear for their mental health. The people
my
who like watching scary movies.
niece and nephew, they would go every year, and my kids. They invited when my kids got old enough. The first year my kids went, we went with them just to hang back and make sure everything was cool.
Right.
And it was kind of legit out there. They had guys running like they weren't real like
They didn't have the
chainsaws,
chains on them.
but they'd run and and drag it across the floor and it'll spark up and stuff in front of you. I'm like, wow, legit.
Wow. We had gone through Universal Studios and went to the Walking Dead one.
Okay.
It was okay. I think that they needed to make it longer, and they needed to go a little slower and less lights.
So that was like the ride,
the walkthrough
it's a walk.
attraction.
You walk through the Walking Dead. It's kind of cool because where you walk in, it's kind of like the scene at the hospital, where it's just a bunch of doors and don't open, dead inside or whatever. And It took us forever. You went with us, right? You went in or no? You stayed out?
Yeah.
We tried all day. Like, he loves The Walking Dead.
Pussy.
I don't give a fuck, Tony. I do not give two fucking shits if you call me a pussy. I'm happy at the end of the day if I didn't get scared. Fuck you.
But you watch all those shows?
Yes. There's a difference between watching the show and walking through a thing where people are paid to fucking scare me.
But it's, I mean, you know they're not gonna hurt you.
See, but you see that mentality right there. You know they're not going to hurt you. That's what I would have thought in regards to that haunted house you were just saying.
Right.
So why couldn't you make it through the night if you know deep down inside they can't hurt you? But then you talk about pulling out nails.
I think it's because you're blindfolded and you don't see dick. And you don't know what's coming at you. And I think at some point that fear overwhelms you. It's kind of like when you go to the fucking forest, dude. You know what I mean? You can't see anything, but you hear a fucking screeching owl, and you're like, oh, there's some lady.
Okay, speaking of the forest.
Okay.
What do you think is the scariest movie ever made? Not necessarily speaking of the forest, but it just rang a bell for me.
The original Exorcist.
Okay, what about you, Sebastian? Or do you not watch scary movies?
I don't watch scary movies. I've seen a few. Because Silence of the Lambs wasn't that scary to me.
Yeah, it was more suspense.
That was more of a thriller movie, and I enjoyed it. It was a good movie. I haven't watched enough to know.
In my opinion, and my kids think I'm crazy. They're like, there's no way. In my opinion, the scariest movie, Blair Witch
I
Project.
knew you were going to say that.
Oh.
And the reason why is because that could really happen. Exorcist, that ain't gonna happen. Let's be real. Walking Dead, come on, that's not gonna happen. Yeah, it's scary, but it's not gonna happen.
It's not a
The
scary...
Blair Witch Project, yo, that can happen.
So, let me back you up.
No,
on
I lied. I've never seen Chucky. I will never watch Chucky. But the fact that a toy doll comes to life and stabs you, I'm good. I think that's it
the
for me.
scariest movie he's ever watched. I'm going to tell you right now, and he's going to get mad at me.
Lion King.
No.
It's scary racist.
It's Goosebumps. Where the little mannequin
Oh, the
comes
dummy.
alive.
Yeah, okay. I lied, yeah. I don't fuck with ventriloquism.
Yeah, dude, them fucking dolls. Oh, hell no. What was that movie that was made of Silent Night or some shit like that?
Oh, yeah. Dead of the Night. No.
This dude don't want to get scared, and he was born the day after Halloween.
I had no control over that.
Well, that's why.
I can thank Carlos Mencia for that.
Yeah. He wanted to wait until all the scary shit was done.
But
I just want the candy
the
of
Blair
Halloween.
Witch Project.
You know?
I'm telling you.
Oh, okay. Look, Tony,
He was raised Catholic.
I'm not going to lie. There's no fucking way in hell I'd ever go to the forest by
You see
myself.
what I'm saying? After seeing that movie, I wouldn't do it.
Before seeing that movie, fuck that. Get out and see the forest and can't see shit else and
And then you walk up on a magic cabinet.
Yeah.
Cabin.
cabin, right? Yeah, no.
You ever watch the Blair Witch Project?
Fuck, I've seen the end of it, where he drops the camera.
Yeah,
and then I
dude.
ran upstairs.
Dude, that ending right there. And the dude was standing in
Yeah,
the corner.
spoiler alert.
Yeah.
The dude was standing in the corner.
Yeah.
You know what that was all about, right?
I just told you what part of the movie I watched.
Dude, well, apparently when they would kill the kids, I don't remember exactly how the story is. They would make the kids that hadn't been killed
just
yet
stare in the corner.
stand in the corner so they wouldn't see what was going to happen to them. So when that happened and the camera dropped, it showed one of the guys of the three standing in the corner. I was like, oh my god. But the thing is, throughout that movie at night when they were in their tents, like people would come and fuck with them.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, there's no way, dude. If shit like that would, like if I was out, like we used to go camping, right? So we went camping and shit was slapping our fucking tent like that, I'd probably put a couple of holes through it first.
That's where the shotgun. That's where the shotgun without the salt pellets comes
with
in.
real shit, because it's got a
Yeah.
good spread, right? Or get you no matter where you are. I'd probably put a couple holes in the tent and pack that shit up that night. We gone.
Not even that
fucking-
night, right there.
Yeah, no, I'm not
Fucking
fucking around.
pack the
Let's
tent.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's time to go. If something doesn't want us here, we'll oblige.
Sorry, didn't know we were sleeping on your fucking
grave
There was
site.
another movie. I think
What's that one about the
Chernobyl.
Chinese, the forest, right? Isn't that what it's called?
Oh yeah, the
Where-
suicide forest.
Yeah, suicide forest. The people would go in there and they would hang themselves.
That's real though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's
Yeah.
real.
Yeah. That don't scare me. I mean, that's just a. I mean, it's nasty, but I mean, it's just a thing that if you.
So
you go to
don't
that
believe-
forest, see a hanging body, and you tell me it's not scary.
No, I wouldn't. But I just know that
Ooh.
if you want to commit suicide, I mean, that's in China or wherever it's at. That's where they do it.
in a
from what I-
fucking foggy forest.
A forest.
I mean,
where
that's
a
why
bunch
you
of
go
people have
there,
killed
is to do
themselves.
that.
Right.
So
There's no way. Like if you said, "Hey, we're gonna drive through this fucking area," it's kind of foresty, and it's cold this time of year, so there's probably gonna be some fog. But like, well, we need to wait a couple
Yeah.
months so that it's not fucking foggy, and I might be able to make it through that motherfucker.
Yeah.
The fucking Scooby Doo fucked me up on fog, dog. Like, oh, you see fog, yo, there's some crazy shit gonna happen.
It's a bad
Some
time.
shit gonna
you
come out
say
the fog.
Scooby Doo?
Oh yeah, that's the first fog I saw.
Dude, there's a show on HBO. It came out recently. I watched the first episode and it didn't grab my attention. It was with Jude Law, I believe that's his name. In the beginning, he was driving through a forest. I don't remember why. And he pulled over. He was walking, and he saw this girl from her back. And she was talking to a kid that was down below.
Okay.
And so it almost looked like she was standing in front of a cliff, but it wasn't a cliff because there was a kid, maybe it was a 20-foot drop.
Okay.
So she's just standing there and she's talking to him. And so again, you're seeing it from his point of view, which is like behind her. And so she tells the kid to move. So she's like, move. So you think she's going to jump down or something. So she jumps. And she's hanging herself.
Yeah.
When I saw that scene, I was like, "Oh!" I jumped up. I was like, "Oh my god!" And so Jude Law runs after her. He's trying to pick her up, so she doesn't die.
Stop choking.
Dude, but it was the best thing. You gotta watch it. I don't remember what the show's called.
How the fuck am I watch it?
Dude, I watched it like 4 times because it was like, oh my god, I couldn't believe it.
What channel was it on?
HBO, Jude Law.
I was gonna say, well, I know why Jude Law was driving out of town. He's trying to run away from his fucking
The Third Day.
Joker.
Is that what it
shit.
is?
It's got a 77% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 6.5.
What's it
So
called?
maybe
The
just
third
Does
day?
that mean it's
Yeah.
good?
No, that means it's dog shit.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe that's why you only watched the first.
Yeah, it was rambling on,
Could be.
but dude, that scene was incredible. Oh,
Got you right away. Right?
woo! That's why I probably watched it throughout the whole episode, hoping something good was gonna happen.
Hoping someone else is gonna jump. There was another movie that was like that. What movie was it that I said?
Human Centipede.
What?
Human Centipede.
No. Human Centipede?
You,
Dude, did you ever watch Tusk?
Tusk.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
No.
It's
think
with
so.
fucking Harry Potter.
Daniel Radcliffe.
No.
No? You should check it out, dude. It's kind of a stupid story, but it's funny. It's good. I think you'll like it. He becomes a walrus.
I ain't wasting my time, kid.
I'm
Come
telling you.
on, dog.
How could you not? Harry Potter
Walrus.
and walruses. Those are two things that everybody enjoys. Put that shit together, you got fucking an award-winning movie.
What movie were you going to talk about?
Before Tusk.
Yes, there was a movie where the dude opened the door and he gets hit with a fucking baseball bat right from get-go, and I was like, oh, I'm in.
It's not Ryan Reynolds, right? It's not that movie that he's coming out with, right?
No, this was probably about 3 years old now.
I
It
don't
was
know.
like right when you moved here, we were watching it. The dude opened the door, got cranked with a baseball bat. I said, I'm fucking in. Let's go. It was a great.
Hey, you know what? It sounds
Oh.
familiar.
Was it one of those movies where they stay in the house and they're getting killed off?
Law-abiding citizen.
Oh,
Remember? He's sitting there with this little girl. He was working on something, and then the doorbell rang. He goes to the door and he gets cranked with a bat.
Isn't that with Jamie Foxx?
Jamie Foxx and
okay, I know. Yeah.
No.
Gerard Butler? Yeah,
Is that okay?
yeah.
But
I was going to say 300.
when I say when I said Human Centipede, you didn't watch that?
What's that?
Really?
Yeah.
How
You
about
can't
Sebastian?
tell what the movie's about from the name.
Figuring some sort of...
It's like low budget, like
Absolutely low budget. Like,
oh, you
the
seen it?
I've seen parts of it that are disgusting. Like, the people who were called to be in that movie are disappointed and are probably dead by now because they killed themselves.
Oh, wow. So, something you probably don't know about me is I have a healthy dislike of worms.
Okay.
So, something called Human Centipede probably wouldn't call my...
So you don't know? Okay, I lied. I know what the scariest movie I ever saw was. I don't remember what it's called. I remember the premise of it. It's these worms that get themselves into you and eat you from the inside out. And I remember 3 or 4 scenes from this movie very vividly because I'm scarred. So there's one scene where this girl's going to take a shower and she turns on the water, but it's not working. So she turns it off and turns it back on. And it starts off as water. But it stops being water about 30 seconds in, and it's just worms coming out of the fucking thing. And so they start eating her. Scene number 1. There's a second scene where these guys are fishing. And he goes down and reaches for the fish out of the water, and 3 or 4 worms jump out and, like, crawl into his fucking... under his skin. It's like that scene out of The Mummy, right? Where the beetle's in this dude's skin and you can see it fucking running around. And then there's another one. This is the third scene that I remember. It's this guy looking for his grandpa, and his grandpa's on the ground dead. You don't know he's dead yet, but like his face is intact, but he goes and opens this dude's fucking vest, and it's just worms in his fucking chest cavity.
Ugh. What was the... That's fucking disgusting, by the way.
Well,
What was it? It was a show. It's kind of like Creep Show. There was 3 episodes in the movie, 3 different...
yeah, I know what you mean.
And the one room was a white, pristine room that was like sterile. The room was completely sterile, right? And the guy was a clean freak. And he's doing something and he's wiping down the counter or something, and all of a sudden a fucking cockroach comes out, and you see him run across the fucking counter. And then all of a sudden, he's spraying it and trying to kill it. And all of a sudden, they start coming out of the fucking drain.
Yeah, I kind of remember that. Yeah.
Fuck that, dude. There's no way. Like, if I would become an actor, and I said, "So, Mingo, we want you to be in this movie where you're going to be covered in..." Nope. Covered in cockroaches? Nope, I'm out.
Did you guys ever watch Fear Factor?
Yes.
That's what that show's all about, stuff like that.
Yeah. I had a really hard time watching that shit. I'll tell you what, Tony. When these kids were young, I went to take them fishing, me and my brother. And I think we talked about it a little bit before, and how me and my brother didn't really know each other and blah, blah, blah. So part of us getting to know each other and bonding was taking our kids camping and trying to teach them how to fish. Well, when I was a little boy, my grandmother used to throw earthworms at me, and it grossed me out. I hate them. I can't fucking...
Your nana?
Yeah, my nana would throw fucking earthworms at me, and they're big and brown, and they're just fucking gross. Yeah. So here we are, and we had gone to this little lake next to the house where we were living up in Hayward, and we had bought some red worms, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to fucking do it. I'm just going to fucking man up, and I'm going to put a worm on the fucking hook. So here I am, I pop it open, and first we're trying these little sponge, like marshmallow shits, right? And they
like
weren't
the
working.
super fake bait.
And he kept saying, my papa would just put, his white grandfather, my papa would just put the worms on there for us. Well, I don't know how to fucking do it, first of all. I said, I really don't want to touch them. I'm sorry. And my brother was like, come on, man, just fucking man up and do it. He couldn't do it either, by the way. So I picked one up and I pulled it, and it's like you're pulling it and it's like gum, like it's stretching because it wants to stay in the fucking dirt, right? So I'm already fucking grossed out.
Yeah,
right?
it's like when you got a little bit of melted cheese on the end of your fork that just won't disconnect.
Oh, so I finally get it out, right? And I'm like, all right, motherfucker, we're gonna do this shit. And I grab the hook, and I don't know what it is about the worm, whether it was feeling what I was my tension,
The fear.
or what it was, but here I am holding it, and the motherfucker, I'm getting the hook close to it, and that shit went
Yeah,
like that,
it
like
backed
that
up.
in my hands.
It backed up because
And-
they
and-
can't see what you just did.
And I fucking dropped it, dude. I was like, oh, hell no.
The worm hit the worm.
Yeah, dude. He said, watch me freak this fat dude out. Watch. He just said, fucking wiggled a little bit. Nope, I'm out. Nope, no worms today, guys. Sorry.
Yo, Human Centipede. It's about this, like, I don't know if he's a like crazy scientist.
Yeah.
And he kidnaps like these people.
Okay.
And what he does is he sews the mouth of
To the butthole.
to the butthole of the person in front of him. So he does this to like 3 or 4 people. So what he does is he feeds the first person, and the way the rest of them get food is by
The shit.
defecating down the line. Yo, there's like a Human Centipede 2. There might even be a number 3, kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Was there is there anybody in those movies that's like a star now?
I can't even remember.
I don't think so.
Like, how the fuck do you go to and how do you not fire your fucking agent? Hey,
How do you act that out?
right? Like, well, here's a phone call from your agent. Hey, what's going on, man? You got a part for me? Look, I got this part for you. It's a really small part. It's great. You're Centipede 3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, what's Centipede 3? So the premise of this movie is your face is going to be attached to this guy's asshole, and Centipede 4 will be attached to your asshole. How does that sound? Great? You're like, fuck, I'm in. How is that? Like, you got to be really fucking desperate, really low on that Hollywood totem pole to be like,
Yeah.
I'm fucking in. That
You have to be
sounds-
really low down that link.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, fuck yeah. Dude, I'm fucking quitting Starbucks right the fuck now. I'm coming right now. Like, I don't know.
The fact that even became a movie.
Yeah, like, I'm
is
baffled
shocking.
that people would be like, yeah, man, that's good.
I don't think they knew what they were getting into when they said yes. Because I don't, like, how would you get somebody to say, sure, I'll act my mouth sewed to his asshole and someone up to mine as well. I've always wanted to act out getting shit in.
It's art, kid.
Could you imagine if they had too much fiber?
Right? Or somebody was just gassy on the set.
This one's going to be a bit rough.
And if I remember right, the first time the head guy, the head, had to defecate, he was like, I think if I remember right, because it has been years since I've seen it, like he was shaking, he was like trying to hold it in, and then it was like one of those things that you could tell like by his expressions that he was like, oh,
He just
I
let
can't
it
hold
go.
it, so sorry.
Fuck, I did
Were the others up Shit's Creek then?
down Shit's Creek, I guess. Holy shit, dude.
Literally.
Speaking of movie stars, did you hear about the story about George Clooney giving 14 of his buddies $1 million each at one point in time? No, I don't think it's recently per se.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it just came out that apparently it was a rumor that he had done that in his past, and I guess for some reason he did an interview. I think it was a print interview, and he said, "Yeah, that's true. 14 of my friends at one time I had 14 suitcases, each of them with $1 million, and I gave them each one." You believe that?
Well, I can't even get like $1 from my friends.
Kid.
Much less $1 million. You kidding me?
$1 million. What would you do with $1 million right now? Is it, let me ask you this: is $1 million enough for you to stop working, stop doing what you're doing? Because $1 million is not what it used to be.
No, it's not. However, if I maintain the lifestyle that I live, $1 million could last me a long time. Like I wouldn't. I'm not gonna go out and buy me a fucking Bentley or go out and buy me a fucking boat and a dually to drag it behind or a
Okay, but is $1 million? Do you stop working?
no.
Really?
No, but $1 million is fuck you money because it's going to change the way you work.
You might not be working anymore, but not by your choice.
Well, yeah,
I ain't coming in today.
You know how you go in and just be like, hey, yeah, whoop, whoop. Hey, I need to see you in the office. Okay.
The fuck you do?
What's going on? Hey, well, we've noticed that, is there anything going on? Any change? Well, I got a little extra money in the bank, so fuck you. I'm going to keep working like this. We can keep this relationship going or I can get the fuck out.
So I remember being asked that question a few years ago. But it was like for a smaller amount of money. It was like $250,000. I think maybe like a scratcher was just won by somebody for $250,000.
But you know what though? $250,000, if you get that in a one lump sum, will change your life.
But it's not money that would cause me to stop working.
No, but again, it could change the way you work if you can. Like, let's say you got $250,000, right?
Okay.
Okay, and like you could buy a house.
Could you though?
Yeah. I bought this one for $180,000.
Okay. How long ago?
2 years, 3 years.
Oh wow.
It's up 100. It's up 100,000.
Is I can imagine, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can get that now, but you know what I mean. And then again, it all depends on your needs. If you don't need a house, buy a condo, right? 60, 70 grand, 80 grand, 100 grand, depending on where you're buying it at.
I think you're kind of lowballing.
Nah, they have them in. Well, they did back when I was looking for a house. Palm Springs area, all that shit was
80 grand.
Palm Springs, Cat City. They were 60 to 100 grand, dude.
Okay. Maybe my math is off because
I didn't have the money back then, or I would have bought one back then and fixed it up and sold it, and then maybe I wouldn't work. You know what I mean?
But I would think that $250,000. Yes, it's not stop your job money, quit working money, but it is you could sleep better at night.
Peace of mind money. Yeah.
Because I'm not worried about bills anymore.
And those fucking people that tell you money doesn't buy you happiness. Look, obviously you haven't had enough money when you say that shit. Because, and it's not so much that it buys you happiness, but it buys you peace of mind. Because now I don't have to worry about, fuck, am I going to have enough money to pay this bill, that bill, and be able to eat? You know what I mean? And once you take that worry away, okay, so what else? What else is there? Like, all the big shit's taken care of. What do you really have to worry about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
I think that makes a big, huge difference to people.
So, $1 million, yeah, I think I'd stop working.
Yeah?
$1 million? Yeah, I think I could stop working. I'm 50. I think I could take that $1 million and still leave some dough for the kids. And I mean, I'm not going to be a world traveler. I'm not selling my house. And
you already travel the world according to all your beaches you've been on. Shit. Why I want to go there again?
I got a story about that too.
You know what though? Maybe you're right. Maybe $1 million is enough. But what you'd have to do is you'd have to take about $750,000 of it and reinvest it with somebody that knows how to invest money and let your money make you money.
Well, yeah, you got to make money while you're sleeping.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you take that other $250 and you live off of that. Plus until you're fucking 65 and a half or 67, whatever it is now, to get your Social Security and dip into your retirement without 50% penalties from the IRS, right?
Yeah.
And then I think at that point, if you can make it, because if you're talking about making that $1 million last you till you die, probably not going to happen. But if you can take a portion of that $1 million and make it to your retirement and live off your retirement and maybe the interest off of that $750, absolutely.
Well, I think you can take that $1 million and live the rest of your life off of just that single $1 million, because if you figure you calculate how many more years you think you're gonna live, and divide that by that $1 million, and it's probably the same amount of money that you're making, more money than you're making now working. So, yeah, I think $1 million will I mean, you ain't leaving nothing for the kids.
He wasn't regardless.
They got the house. Shit.
You ain't got to pay for me when I get old, so, you know, that's peace of mind right there for you.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I would quit and travel. But travel just...
See, I think...
I think in the heat of the moment, you would say, fuck you, I'm out. I don't need to work for you anymore. I'm going to do the shit in my backyard and do what the fuck I want.
Well, I think if you live the same lifestyle, minus going to work every day, it'll work.
Right.
Now, you talking about traveling the world, you talking about, you know, all these other things. Okay, well, now it's a different story.
So let me ask you a question, because I've never gone on a true vacation. I've never left the country to go anywhere to go visit. So, like, let's say I went to Bora Bora, and I'm not throwing shit at you. I'm asking you because you've been there, right? So, what would be the cost of the airplane ticket and staying somewhere? $1,000 maybe?
No, it was a lot more than that.
A lot more than that to stay in that fucking grass hut?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So just to go and stay there, $3,000? But then again, once you get to Bora Bora, it's not like you're fucking shopping for trinkets or anything like that, right? Like, you're just spending the money to stay in that hut and be catered to.
And the plane ride, I mean, the airline. And then we did, which is what I was going to tell you. My wife reminded me. She said, "I'm surprised you didn't mention this to him because how you're scared of sharks and water and stuff." We went swimming with sharks.
Really?
Yeah.
But they're like lemon sharks, right?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. It's not, it's not like Jaws where we were swimming with Jaws, but it was still, it's a trip. Dude, we went out on a boat in the middle of the ocean, and they took us to this certain spot, and they give you, your water goggles. And I swear to God, dude, you put these goggles on and you're in the water, and all you do is you just look, you put your head in the water, you look down, and it's like you're in a fish tank.
Really?
Because everything's clear down there, and dude, you're seeing sharks, you're seeing fish, you're seeing all kinds of stuff. It's a trip, kid.
Really? That'd be kind of dope.
Yeah, I have to admit it kind of was.
Fuck. I'm going to have to go to Bora Bora. I got to do that. That's my one bucket list adventure, is going there and seeing that shit, dude.
We stayed in, I didn't mention this last time either. We stayed on one of those resorts. You ever seen that movie? Damn.
Couples Retreat?
Yeah. Okay. We stayed like on the couple side.
Okay.
So at night it's quiet. There's no partying. During the day you're relaxing. You're on the beach. You're getting massages. You're walking around. You're just hanging out. By 8 o'clock, dude, it's dark, which is great because you're just chilling, relaxing.
Right.
We were not on the paradise side where it goes crazy, all-nighters. It wasn't like that for us. And
right.
It was great.
Wow. I really want to go. Like literally, dude, I'm 49. I've never, I've been to Florida. I've never left the country except to go to Mexico. And it was just
So you've left the country.
One time. But really, Mexico's a part of the U.S. anyway, so realistically, I never left the country.
You left the country.
So one time. But I want to go somewhere where I'll be like, oh, yeah, dude, I went there.
Well, I mean, you know how you do, they say you do for your kids what you couldn't have, what wasn't done for you, stuff like
Good fucking luck, buddy.
I thought he farted. I thought he actually farted. I was like, wow, really, dude, in this little ass room? You're just going to blow ass like that and act like nothing?
That's why he's upset. Not because of what I said.
because he knows that's true.
What'd you say?
He said, do for your kids what your parents couldn't do for you. So that's why I made that noise and said, "Good fucking luck."
This kid just got a 55
I'm not leaving this
4K
country.
fucking TV, and
In his room?
yeah, dude, I had a 13-inch black and white TV.
My options. Okay, I was fine with taking the TV that was in his room. That's not brand new. It's really not in, the fastest. I was okay with that TV. But then my other squeaky wheel brother says, "Hey, I want a TV."
Because what's happening is I'm going to buy a big one for the living room. I'm going to put the one that's in the living room in my room. I was going to give him the one that's in my room to him. So when
Bear in mind, my brother had a bigger TV than me when I moved in.
Why I wanted to give it to him, right? So then my other son comes to me and says, "Hey, Dad, I'd like a bigger TV." And I said, "There's no way that I'm going to buy you a TV, a brand new one, and give Sebastian the old one." I said, "So if you want a TV, you can have this one, and I'll buy Sebastian a new one." The one that I have in my room, it's HD. It's a nice TV. The one he's got in his room now, it's 4K. It's Ultra HD. It's got upscaling. It's got all the new fancy fandangled bullshit. So, no.
Yes.
Shit.
I'm never leaving this country off of his dollar.
Fuck no. That's on you.
Oh, the reason I mentioned it is because, like, my kids, my daughter, she studied abroad, in quotes. You know how they call it studying
I've
abroad.
studied several of those.
Dog. She went to England.
Really?
Yeah. From there, you know how they say backpack through Europe? Not that she backpacked through Europe, but dog, she went to Italy. She went to, I don't know, the Rome part of it.
Yeah, that's Greece.
She went to Amsterdam. Dog, she did all kinds of... And the thing is...
Hold on. Rome is in Italy. I want you to know that. Rome is the capital of Italy.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
You said something... He said something about Greece after you said Rome.
Did she go to Greece? She might have went to Greece too. I don't know. And while she was out there, because she was out there for a month, maybe two, we sent my son out there as, like, I think it was either his birthday gift or his graduation gift. I don't remember exactly which one it was.
Wow.
So they've been, and then my son went to Brazil for one summer interning out there.
Really?
My daughter interned for the IRS in Washington, D.C. So it's like they've been to places that I've never dreamed of going to.
Wow. I mean, I've never been to Hawaii. He's already been.
We went to Hawaii last year.
Man, fuck this. We'll see you guys next time.
No. Hold on. Before you fuck that, I invited you because I want to go to Europe at some point.
No, I know.
So I invited you to come to Europe with me. I know we're not going anytime soon.
But it's a trip how, like, all these places out there are so close together. Like I said, they went... when she was out there, she went to all kinds of places that you would think, how do you get to all these places, And,
Yeah.
but no, they're like really close together.
I'd like to go to Ireland. I want to go get drunk at a pub in Ireland.
And then when the fight breaks out, I walk out and just let it happen.
Yeah. All right, guys. See you later.
Yeah.
Guys, have it out. Let us know how it happens.
And that's why the fight would happen.
Yeah.
Being a smart ass.
Right?
Yeah.
Where do I hang my shillelagh?
Jesus.
Just walk in talking shit right off the bat. They'll be like, "Oh, here comes a fucking."
Ah, so this is the pot of gold.
Yeah. Fuck. All right, we're gonna hang up the hat on this one. I think we've had enough of everybody else's fucking world travels while I sit here and fucking Thousand Palms. All right, man. Any final words, Tony?
Nope.
Sebastian?
I'm good.
All right, guys. We'll see you in a few days. Remember, 10 to 5. Don't be on the street spreading the disease.
I still can't believe that. I did not see any news stories about that. I'm going to have to go home and
It
look
just
at it.
happened.
Go home and look it up, dude. It's there. We're gonna get you home before 10 though, so you'll be all right. All right, guys. See you in a bit. Love you. Bye.